All right, lesson 72, last one. So the purpose of this lesson is just to show you kind of what the fraction tenths and tenths, the decimals, look like next to each other. So we are going to be kind of finding a certain point on the number line and naming it in fractions and decimals. So label the number, let's see, count the number of equal parts of the whole shown on the number line. There are 10 equal parts. We can kind of tell that by the fraction that they have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So 10 equal parts. So there's the 0 tenths right here and 10 tenths right here. In other words, 0 and 1. So we are looking at a one small jump on a number line just between the whole number of 0 and 1. All right, so count the number of equal parts. Label the number line shown or with the missing fractions. What fraction is shown by the point on the number line? So we have a point right here. And so they're labeling 1 tenth, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, all of the tenths. And so then they can tell that this is 8 tenths. And 8 tenths is also written as, I'm going to go down here, right here, as a decimal 0.8. So they're labeling all the parts. I am not going to label all the parts because I really don't think that would look very nice with my terrible drawing skills with this thing. If I could blow it up, that might work. So here we go. Write the fraction or mixed number and the decimal shown by the model. So the fraction and the decimal shown by the model. And here's our point on this line. Again, we are in tenths, 0 and 1. So, and we notice there's 5 tenths here. So if we were to count by tenths, 0 tenths is here. So 1 tenth, 2 tenths. So this point is at 2 tenths, right? And I'm going to write that on the line because it says to write the fraction. And the decimal 2 tenths is written as a decimal 0.2 because the tenths place is right after the decimal point. All right, and here we have the part of a number line between the number 2 and the number 3. So we have 2, and there again is split into tenths. So we have 2 and 1 tenth, 2 and 2 tenths, 2 and 3 tenths, 2 and 4 tenths, 2 and 5 tenths. And so then here we have the next tenth would be 6 tenths, but we have a whole number of 2. So 2 and, yes, we can say and, because we're talking about a part, 2 and 6 tenths. Now watch this. This is how you write that as a decimal. We haven't written any whole numbers yet. So it's a whole number in the ones place, a 2, and, yep, that's where the decimal goes, and 6 tenths, 6 in the tenths place, 2.6. Excellent. Let's go on to the next page. And I've got to clear. All right, so here we have a model, not a number line. We have a box model, and it's split into tenths. So we got to think about it as divided into tenths, and 6 of those tenths are shaded, and so that's the same as 6 tenths or 0.6. So how would this model be labeled? Ooh, we have one whole. Oh my. So are we supposed to write the fraction and the decimal? Right, the fraction or mixed number and the decimal. Okay, so one whole is a big 1, right? And then this is split into tenths, and 2 of them are shaded. So 1 whole and 2 tenths. And written as a decimal, we still have 1 whole and decimal point, 2, right after the decimal point would be our tenths, 1 and 2 tenths. All right, going on to number 3. Again, this is just like the other side, so I'm going to let you do it on your own. And then write the fraction or mixed number as a decimal. I think you can do that also. Remember, we did this in yesterday, or the lesson we just did before, 3 and 3.1 and 1 to the tenths. We aren't even doing hundredths in this. We're just doing tenths. All right, we'll do one word problem together. There are 10 sports balls in the equipment closet. 3 are kickballs. Write the portion of balls that are kickballs as a fraction, as a decimal, and in word form. Oh my, I'm gonna have space. Okay, so well, the fraction is, so there were 10, so that's our whole amount, and 3 of them are kickballs. So here's the fraction, 3 out of 10 are kickballs. So, and then as a decimal, that would be 0.3, right? And as a word problem, ooh, I'm gonna have to write it up and down. So 3 or could have typed it, I guess. Tenths, 3 tenths. T here N T H S 3 tenths. All right. So what is the part of the fraction? Write your answer as a decimal. So this one just has to be a decimal. Let's look at it. Peyton has 2 pizzas. Each pizza is cut into 10 equal slices. She and her friends eat 14 of the slices. What part of the pizzas did they eat? Write your answer as a decimal. I'm gonna draw a picture of this really quick. I'm gonna do this one with you too. So here's the 2 pizzas. They're split into 10 equal pieces. So 10 is not easy. I'm just gonna not make them that equal. 1, 2, 4. Okay, let's pretend that those actually look like equal pieces. I should go from the middle. That's better. Oh, not that part. There we go. Ish. We'll do one more. There we go. That one's better. Okay, so they ate 14 of those pieces. Well, this pizza has 10. So they ate this whole pizza for 10, right? And then 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they ate 1 whole, it says to write it as a decimal, 1 whole pizza and 4 tenths, 4 in the tenths place. And write your answer, and it says what part of the pizza is 1 4/10 pizza. There we go. So that's how you would write that as a fraction or a decimal. All right. Hopefully math wasn't too hard this week. I think you can handle it.